You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring history home on a budget. Today is Memorial Day, and as I'm sure you're aware of, it is the day where we give thanks for the men and women in uniform who protect the freedoms that we hold dear to our hearts. Those who particularly gave the ultimate sacrifice for us to cherish these freedoms. For myself, I can think of no better tribute than to do this book on video. Legendary journalist Tom Brokaw penned The Greatest Generation. That would be a term used for the generation that grew up during the Great Depression and after World War II, who wanted to channel their energy into doing some really positive things in the community. I know my words can't do it justice, which is why I purchased this book. A moving scrapbook, a tribute to the members of the World War II generation to whom we Americans and the world owed so much. Published in 1998 and from Delta Publishing, this is the #1 New York Times bestseller at the time that touched the heart of the nation. You will see photos of the many people that Tom deemed the greatest generation in this book. What I really find very interesting is some of these people I actually know from television. Particularly Andy Rooney and Julia Child. So this would make for a very interesting book if you want to purchase it just for those two names alone. In the chapter of famous people, there's also former President George Bush. Chapters include love, marriage, and commitment. Those are love stories that happened after the war. Shame, women in uniform and out, heroes, home front, and ordinary people. Plus 2 prologues, generations, and the time of their lives. You'll see a lot of photos of the servicemen and women, then and now. By the way, the now would be up to 1998, because that's the year the book was published. They came of age during the Great Depression and the Second World War, and went on to build modern America. Men and women whose everyday lives of duty, honor, and achievement and courage gave us the world we have today. In this magnificent testament to a nation and her people, Tom Brokaw brings to life the extraordinary stories of a generation that gave new meaning to courage, sacrifice, honor. From military heroes to community leaders to ordinary Americans, he profiles men and women who served their country with valor, then came home and transformed America. Senator Daniel Inouye, decorated at the front, fighting prejudice at home. Martha Putney, one of the first black women to serve in the newly formed WACs. I believe that would stand for Women's Action Coalition. Charles Van Gordon, a doctor who set up a mass-like medical facility in the middle of battle, then came home to open a small clinic in his hometown. Navy pilot George Bush, assigned to lead the mail of the enlisted men under him, who says that in doing so, quote, I learned about life. And there are more, all seasoned by a time of tragedy and triumph. To this generation who gave so much and asked so little, Brokaw offers eloquent tribute and true stories of everyday heroes and extraordinary times. He says that the really proper way to pay tribute to these heroes through small ceremonies and poignant moments of remembrance, a moment of silence perhaps. No fanfare is needed, no parades needed, no speeches necessary. They've heard them and they're proud. Now this got rave reviews from the Washington Post and the Wall Street Journal. The retail price is $12.95. Given the amount of material, pictures, and text packed in here, it is a small price to pay as a way to say thanks for all the men and women who gave the ultimate sacrifice to preserve and protect the freedoms that we sometimes take for granted. So this video is my way of saying thanks to those brave souls, heroes or not. One final tidbit, I don't know how much this book costs exactly on thrift store price, but I knew I paid less than $10. When I bought a second copy of the book, it was actually less than this one. I gave that to my teacher Judith, who was born in an army hospital, and she has a little bit of World War II history in her. So this video is a dedication to her. She'll be retiring at the end of the school year. So this video is dedicated to her, as it is to all of the brave men and women in our armed services. That's it for the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring history home, and some cool history at that, on a budget. Thanks for watching.